Ogie, you are
Hello.
live now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Yeah, well, we're here once again. This is Upper Reporters. I am standing for the host and the co-host. My name is Odiana Solumese, and I'm streaming from Germany. And we're here once again, another nice Monday evening to discuss about the happenings and about the political happenings in our dear Edo State and Nigeria at large. We have a few topics to discuss today, and as our viewers come into the studio and people start tuning in to listen to us, our main topic for today is about will I say, the resignation of the seven SSG, the Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Ogie. He resigned today to concentrate in his political campaign because he is the running mate to the PDP candidate Aswe Ighodalo for the forthcoming election in September. So that's our first topic for today, and uh, it's I see somebody's Adamu. Okay, Adamu is on mute. Well, I'm alone at this point, but while people join in, I will also personally give my take on the topic. Yeah, I think personally it's only logical and reasonable for the present SSG to step down or resign to concentrate on his campaign, because campaign is a rigorous exercise, and mixing governance with politics is a bit tricky. So government has
Yeah.
to move on. Government
Okay,
has
good
to move
evening.
on.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, Adamu. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I was saying, I was just giving my own. Like I said, I don't know if you heard me. I said we have a couple of topics, but the first topic is in regards the resignation of the present secretary to the state government, the Barrister Ogie, to concentrate on his campaign. So, what do you think about it?
We initially thought by it's a welcome development. This is the right thing he should have done. The first day was nominated to be Mr. Barrister Aswe Godalo's running mate.
Yeah.
We find it appalling that he had to wait for this. At least we have like few days to election, less than uh, 50 days to election before he resigns. But at all, not bad. It's a welcome development, so he can actually concentrate more on the governorship campaign.
Yeah.
But I feel I'm of the opinion that Barrister Saudioke should have resigned few months back. Immediately he was confirmed as the running mate to Barrister Godalo. He's
But
doing it
what
at
does
a
the
very late
constitution
time.
say? What does the constitution say? Does the constitution reflect in have any say in these regards, that if you are in a serving capacity, what time before the election or before the
The cons-
campaign?
yeah,
Yeah.
the constitution is silent on this, and that's why it stayed this long. If the constitution was very specific about holders resigning before taking up elective position, I'm sure Barrister Osaradoge will not flood the law. I think it's a thing of it's a thing of morality for it. It just have to do with morals for it. It has to be morally right for you to just step aside and follow up with your campaigns, and allow you cannot actually mix government activities with most of those
with
things.
with
So
politics.
the constitution
Okay.
is actually not from my own research. I really do not think Barrister Osaro Odeonge has flouted the law. If he has done that, I'm pretty much sure the opposition candidate might have taken him to court of law. But I think it's a thing of morality than a thing of legal stuff. That's just my perception.
Okay, okay, I'll ask you. Okay, the barrister also Ogie was appointed as the secretary to the state government. In contrary, the APC candidate, Monday Senator Monday Paulo, is a serving senator, and his deputy is a serving House of Rep member. What do you think about that? Because we're talking about morality, because you have to resign one office to pursue another. We used to, like you said, is morally right to do that. But in this case, where we have a serving senator and a serving House of Rep member vying for this same for the same position and still holding, don't you think when we're talking about morality, there's a conflict of interest? There's a conflict here.
I don't think there's a conflict of interest because clearly the constitution of Nigeria provides for division of powers between the executive and the legislature. And there is this smooth transition that, okay, if you want to transit from the legislature and you want to move to the executive, you can actually do that. It's within the ambit of the law for someone to do that. And Mondo Pebolo and his deputy, what's his name again? I can't remember. Dennis Idahosa are
Jenny
members
also,
of the
yeah.
yeah, they are members of the National Assembly. They were elected by the people, and I believe that as legislature, it's in this part of the country we see legislature as as a very 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 serious business. In some other climes, especially in European countries, people make laws, do that on part-time basis. They are not as heavily paid as what we have here. But I don't think it's for you to jettison the people's mandate and to pursue another one. I feel it all depends. I know how greedy Nigerian politicians can be. They are very greedy. They would not want to, you know, Mondo Pebolo would not want to step down as a senator because he doesn't know if
Yeah.
he's going to win the
Is it
governorship.
like a backup?
Same thing
Like a backup?
as Hausa.
Like a backup?
Yes, they see that. Yeah, they see that as a backup. So you wouldn't blame them. It is what it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you in that sense because, like you rightly said, they were elected and not appointed. So it's also, I don't think in the law it's against the law for a sitting senator to vie for a higher position. It's only when he's getting an appointment as a senator, probably when he's getting a ministerial position, then he cannot be a minister and a senator. Likewise, if he wins the governorship election, he cannot be a governor and
And senator.
a senator. So I think, yeah, I think I agree with you. That- And like, oh yeah, like Osa said in the in the constitution, he has to resign 30 days before the election. So, and that is in the section 66, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution. So, if that's stated in the Constitution, then he's on track to having to be stepping down now, despite the fact that some of us expected him to have done it earlier. So, doing it now is still within the ambit of the law. So, okay, and Osa is already bringing a website to back his claim. Yeah, also you're on point. Yeah, yeah, it's uh it's clear. It's clear. So so it's quite a day. I'm alone here and I'm not getting any support, but like I said, I will keep talking about this topic until we get other other callers or people start joining the program. I know it's a busy start of the week, and it's quite busy, and people are just getting back from work or just going to work or just trying to get the start of the week. Also, please do come. I'm alone here. So, in regards the political situation in Edo State. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think the Secretary to the State Government is on point. Like Osa said, he has 30 days to the election, and which we have more than 30 days to the election, about 54 days to the election. So within his the right to resign at this point. And also, our our next topic, we have also a topic about the disqualification of the PDP candidate. Because some people, there's a rumor that he's been disqualified, but we also have it on paper that that is not the case. So these are some of the topics that we hope to discuss when we have a full house. So until then, let's wait a bit. Hey, my people, I don't come again. Oh, now this time I not go speak English because now only me dey here. So make I dey engage you now. You know, see this our political space for Nigeria. I will use this, make I use this opportunity to beg our people, young, middle age, we should try and practice politics. Because if we do not practice politics, party politics precisely, we cannot effect the changes that we want. So it is good for us to be active and be conscious of the people we elect and select for public offices. Because development, when you choose a mediocre, you will get the result of a mediocre. So we should be, like they say, make we dey shine our eye to look for people wey go fit benefit us collectively, not individually, not our belle, not our pocket, collectively. Because if we are collectively sound, automatically, individually, we will become better. But if we dey think of our individual pocket, then e be like house wey one person get money, na poor family. So if we dey think of our individual pocket, we will dey collect in the society will continue to be dilapidated. So that's na my advice for us. Welcome, Osa.
Bros, I agree to you. We be there road before. I think Obiso don't date themselves.
Welcome.
Obiso don't enter too.
Hey, Jay, welcome, my brother.
I
So
did
you,
just give me a few
uh,
minutes. I don't enter that now. Say upper importance itself, like we no quick.
yeah, he said so. He said so. He
Mm,
said so.
only why we're up on your side now.
I'm good, my brother. I've
Mm,
been
so,
trying to. I've been trying to hold down, man.
so
And
like
so
like old times and normal time.
yes, so yes, so
Make I just set up because anytime I did want to do this thing, I always set out the right thing. Now,
mm-hmm.
why else do the right thing? If I do the right thing now, come on. Hey,
No
we'll start.
shaking.
We'll go as we fit one. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
so
Even a 1
we
hour 10 minutes for runner.
we run on.
Odiano say, no, we are already live, so let's continue. Now that I
Yeah,
can
let's
speak.
continue. So, like the
What's
topic, the first topic was the resignation of the SSG, that to concentrate on the political on his political activities.
yes.
So, yeah. So like Adam said, he expected him to have done that earlier. And so, what's your take on it? Because you were giving your submission earlier on the chat.
Yes, I was sending because I couldn't. There's still a bit of noise where I'm at, so I had to just find a conducive place so that I can speak. Um, the thing there is, we have laws that govern us, as we know, and regardless of what anybody thinks, it's that law that we should follow. Just the same
Yeah.
way we would say we would prefer someone who has a doctorate or a master's degree to run for the seat of the governor. But the constitution says otherwise, that if you have, is it not minimum of primary six, you can run.
Yeah,
Or
scooter,
what does it say again? As low
scooter,
as that.
scooter.
So we don't have a choice. We have to follow what school. Yes, that's exactly. School says you can run, and we don't have a choice. We have to follow what the law says. And the same in the same vein, we the law and the constitution says anybody who holds public office or is a public servant of the federation or of any state must resign withdraw or retire from such employment 30 days before the date of the election. And from my calculation, I think we are about 40 days to the election. So it's even ahead of time if we have to put it that way. Because the constitution says at least 30 days and somebody resigns 40 days before, is ahead of time. So we have to take it the way it is. That as it may, one would then wonder what would those who are currently serving in the National Assembly, what would they
Yeah,
do?
I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to ask that question. I
Are
just
they
wanted
going
to.
to resign as well, or are they going to continue? So this is
Are you guys there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I think my network.
Apologies, I guess we are right. Apologies to the house. Yes, late coming, but thank you, my panelists, Janose and Osa, for keeping it going. Yes, I was listening. I didn't mean to interject. I was listening based on the topic at hand. But I like the fact that this information has come, because I remember, I think it was Osa or Mr. Uyi that actually explained this to us when he heated up at some point, and some persons were angry, and they said the deputy, as well as the SSG, as he was until now, was supposed to resign. And Mr. Uyi underlined that it was on moral grounds. However, 30 days to election. Last week, we talked about it slightly, and I said, was it up to, he still had 50-something days or 40-something days. And these things that we do, this podcast we do here, laugh over it, crack jokes, say harsh words, it is beginning to resonate with me that these men either watch it or they are told about it. Sometimes we think our politicians don't care. They don't care. They might be like laid back. They might be laid back on their actions, but I think they go far to listen to what their people say about them. That's it. Because anytime there's a talk on the media, or there are rumors, or there are stories, sometimes the government goes back to retract or to rearrange or work on it. So because sometimes we talked about this earlier on, and someone accused the SSG for not resigning or resigning from his position because he wanted to run for office. But again, like I said, and you guys just said it now, I asked the previous time, I don't know which of the episodes, a while ago, I said, what about other candidates that have holding electoral or elected positions? Why is it only regarding to candidates with appointed positions? Why not elected? Because I believe if I am a senator and I want to become president, it is only right that I step aside, because I'm a senator now, but I believe I'm better for a different position. Is it not only proper I retire or I resign from that seat and say, okay, I don't want this seat anymore, I want to be governor? Why can't I relinquish the seat or resign and let somebody or whoever is next on the line to take it, so that I go and start afresh? Why not so? Why do we allow this to happen on appointments and not on an elective? It should be so. That is how it is. So we can know that a man that is tested can be tested, or a man that is tested or believes he has been tested, he can stand in front and hit his chest and say, yes, I have been tested. I'm not saying because the APC has two of them, but I'm just saying, still, if you have a position, why you want another one, let go of the previous one. You can't hold on to a branch and still trying to leap for a bigger pitch. I am not one of the people that would agree to such. We have a lot of changes that the electoral more, we need a lot of electoral reforms in Nigeria. A lot of it. The primary six certificate level should be scrapped immediately. Yes, it should be. I'm not saying it's not a problem to grade, because it is believed that let's say over 60% of Nigerians must have primary six certificates. Yes, that is so. Let us try to make our standards higher. When I mean standards higher, because we know it is primary six, a lot of people don't. When they get to JSS3, they want to follow. They know if I follow JSS3, don't worry. When I have money, I can be your governor. You see what I mean? So the deal is not there to push further. If you give it a better standard, the person will be told, my brother, if you don't finish your secondary school, you probably cannot contest to be governor. And he will be like, really? Then he will not want to push further. That is why I see it. Not everyone is going to be a governor. Not everyone is going to apply for public service or want to apply for public political positions. But our standards ought to be reasonable. I'm not sorry, because and someone will tell you, yes, for my sister is reasonable. Yes. Not disregarding my current senator. He's a man that I love. I respect him so much. I'm not saying it because of media. No, I like Oshomo a lot. I like he's outspoken, although he can be very funny when it comes to certain things, or he can speak from two sides of his mouth. But that's politics. When it comes to politics, Oshomo knows how to play cunning politics, which we know there are no rules and there's nothing against it. But we have to evolve. We have to evolve. Today they say it's not about education. They say it's not about who speaks well. It's not about who dresses well. It's not about what is it about? Primary six? No. We have to. Those are the things. When you hear people that have gone through the walls of the university, home and abroad, telling you it doesn't matter if you can't speak. Yes, it matters if you can speak. If I can't speak here, I will not be here to tell. We will not be here to discuss. We don't come here to give hand signs. We could have been in a WhatsApp group texting each other. But we have come out from that shell. We have evolved. We have come into a media platform where we speak, where people, there's a number there you call to give your submission, give your suggestion. If you want to apply for any position, tell the people what it is. You will come out. So we have to create standards for our political elites. We call them elites because it has become a standard worldwide. And saying the white people, this is what the white people have given to us. Politicians worldwide are elites. So politicians are built as elites. Politicians are built to become elites. There's no way in the world that a politician comes, he can come from poverty, penury. When he becomes a politician, no matter how you say, the country, they use a bicycle to go to work. When he gets into a position, he becomes an elite because he becomes one of the people that deliberate on the decisions for his country. So take it on.
And not only that, Obizo, it becomes a role model for others to emulate.
He becomes let us call it the lamest way, he becomes a big man.
Mm-hmm. So that our people should understand it's not just the monetary aspect.
It's not the monetary. Good. Let us not say because they say yes. When you say because a big man, they'll say yes. That's why I am wearing big agbada now. No. He becomes
the role model, for people to emulate.
What people should emulate. He becomes an example of what politics is all about. He becomes an example of what the people should be about. Yes, that is it. But the perks that come with politicking is flamboyant. It just depends, or should I say flamboyant? Let me not use the word flamboyant. It is on a high level. It's an elite level. So Why, before you want to insert a man into an elite level, he has to have elite qualities. Not everybody is privileged to education in certain parts of the world. I'm not going to use Edo. I don't want to use Edo. I don't want to use Nigeria. Not everybody is privileged. Education is a right. It's a right. But not everyone was privileged to get that right. But in a nutshell, when we want to have leaders, when we want to have people that will mount the podium to give us the final say, to lead us, or to, when you are leading, you are grooming further leaders, not because you are leading and we are. Some people think it is about the sheep and the shepherd. The shepherd goes around, but his sheep are always in front. The sheep does not walk behind. The sheep does not walk behind the shepherd. People don't get that.
And also, you know that you also know that the shepherd is willing to lay down his life.
The shepherd protects the sheep, and the
exactly.
The sheep is always there.
In our case, the shepherd kills the sheep. The
shepherd eats the sheep, not even killing them. The shepherd eats the sheep. The shepherd
but the sheep, in our case, the sheep are very sheepy.
Oh, they have in the sheep. You have wolves in the sheep. You have wolves dressed as sheep that still eat the sheep. And sometimes the shepherd is confused. That is how it is in our own sphere.
Yeah, for me, I think also we should not also forget the fact that we are a religious world. Yeah, because anywhere in the world, when you are taking an oath, you swear with the Bible, you swear with the Quran, you swear with the whatever. I think we as Africans, I think we should revert back to our beliefs, because this Bible way all these our politicians say they swear, they don't value Quran. It doesn't give them Ogun to swear with. They will provide, they will deliver.
We're not going to go back to the Stone Ages now. Allow people to believe. Allow people to swear with whatever they believe in.
No, it's not about the Stone Age. Well, like I said, if you look at the European Parliament, when they swear, they bring what you believe in. They go bring it for your hand, because it's a religious world. So we are how would I say it? Because of colonialism, we don't take, and because Christianity is not our religion. Because before the missionaries came to preach Christianity to us, people were worshiping.
Let's not go into religion, because that just deviates. So let me say something, right? People, religion has come a long way. Even if you go back to the history of the English people, they were not always Christians; they were pagans. After a while, they became Christians, and before they got it right, a lot, happened. And then if you even look at the Jews, they were not Christians from beginning, so it evolved. So I think we should just perhaps leave religion alone and let people believe whatever they want to believe in. Let them believe. If the man says, for example, if you go to court and they'll ask you, how do you want to swear? If you say you want to affirm, or you want to swear by the Quran, or you want to swear by the Holy Bible, so it's a choice. And then remember, our Constitution again gives us right for freedom of association, the religious, whatever. You can decide to be whatever you want to be. So those are rights that cannot be taken away from anyone. So those things that are enshrined in our Constitution should remain.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
I think I am part with good. Or that means I understand your part. But if a man does not fear the Bible that he faces, or he kneels or speaks in tongues, or goes to church every Sunday, and him and his family, he swears to oath or to the Bible, and he lies about it, or he lies on the call. Why do you think he will respect? He will fear Sango or Ogo? That's you
Yeah.
not that. Maybe
Ogun does not play.
maybe those things about religion should not be brought at all into our politics, because it makes it look like the religion does not work. It makes it look like
Exactly.
religion is a joke, because this you are swearing on that oath. Let the law be firm. You tell the man you are under oath, whatever you are sworn with, but there's the oath of I'll say you are here and you are going to abide by the law. Any form of false information will lead you to incarceration. That's when his eyebrows will get higher. He will know. Then anytime he's asked a question and he tries to jitter, they'll tell him, "Oh God, remember you are under oath. If you lie or give us false information, there will be no trial. You are going straight to where you ought to be." It will work. But when they bring sentiment, I think it becomes, when they bring religion, I think that is where sentiment is being laid out. Then you hear the man saying, "I swear to God, I swear to God." He'll say it 10 times. Oh, guy, are telling us, you both just shed $65 billion. God was not part of the sharing before now. Don't put that in front of us. That is it. That is another part that they use to distract, because it makes people sentimental. People like, you want to give him 10 years imprisonment. Okay, now he keep person. Let God now.
Like
Let God
Emefiele holding the Bible, going to court.
see the sentiment to it. When people see the Bible, they tell you it's the same lawyers that will come and tell you, take a big Bible, wear a rosary. What church or say what is it denomination or denomination are you with? You say I'm a Catholic. Okay, do you have a rosary? Okay, call it. Let us call a Reverend Father every day to pray for you, so that they will put you on good grounds, moral good grounds. Then when you are going to, please wear tattered clothes. Sorry, wear tattered clothes, look unhappy, and hold the biggest Bible you have ever seen. Probably that Bible was bought. Then what he would do when a member of his household comes, he'll say, "Come here, call John in London. Tell him to go to Selfridges to buy the biggest Bible, so that I can use to go to court next week." They'll still go and buy the Bible abroad. It's not like that Bible was in his house, because if that Bible was in his house, he probably wouldn't be doing all the big things that he has. Now the Bible is needed as cosmetic to they will now because he wants to take it to court. These are the things. So let us keep religion out of let our politics first not have any religion undertone to it, or Ogun. No, people are not believing God would not believe in any thunder. If you want to say, okay, let me swear with my thunder or Sango, that means the guy is going to tell you the lie from the beginning to the end.
Then Ogun will strike him.
Ogun does not.
He does not strike. Let me tell you, I think
Ogun is a
Obizo.
politician. Ogun is a politician now. Ogun is the one
Obizo.
Yes, I'm with you.
Obizo. I think what perhaps what we should consider is having very stiff penalties for public officers who break their oath of office. So penalties such as life imprisonment, penalties such as depends on what the issue is. Could be them losing whatever they have gained, or for them to pay back their salaries for the certain number of years. I think there's a recent case of a BBC presenter who was found with I think was accused, or I don't know if he has been sentenced for child abuse or having child graphics that were very nice. He was told to pay back certain amount of his salary, and that's very, very stiff. So when we put very stiff penalties for breaking of out of office, that
No,
was first of
these
all, and then it's not
these same
to
people,
be able to.
these same people, you want these same people to put, because these are the lawmakers.
You want
Yes,
to
yeah, well, yeah, it can be done. Put
It
very
is.
stiff
yeah.
penalties.
But that is not a steep one. How much is the salary? And is the man rated, or is he measured with his salary? How much is his salary?
No, well, again,
Yeah,
there could
that
be
was an
stiff
example.
penalties. That's what it's just an
Yeah,
example.
but these lawmakers, they will not make laws to their detriment.
No, they will not.
Of course, we know that.
They will not.
That is why they are not. That is why they are not the right shepherd for the sheep.
Let us be
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That's Junior. Obizo, that's why we said earlier on that some of these shepherds will kill the sheep. So these are not the right shepherd. The sheep.
My brother, I don't think that there's any time. It will take a lot. It will take a lot of conscience. It will take a lot of a group of very, very good-hearted people to have things change in Nigerian polity. When I mean polity from top to bottom, whether it's the councillor, whether it's the House of Rep, or
you are right. You are very correct. But the problem is that those good people you are talking of, the people will not allow them attain those positions.
It's not the people.
It's the people.
No,
Wait, I would say it's the people. You know why I say? You know why I say it's the people? Wait, before you rig an election, you must have a certain degree of. You cannot, if the people are not for you, it is hard to rig the election. Whether you're in Nigeria or anywhere, especially in Nigeria. If the people vote against you en masse, it is hard. It will be hard. INEC, whether you have INEC or not, it will be hard to rig that election. The people are complacent. The people have, maybe you have 100 people, 60 are going one way. 40 is still a large number, but these 60 are more than the 40 already. And our people, we are, I'm sorry to say it, but majority of our people are not civilized enough. That is why I think what our duty is now is to sensitize our people on how to choose leaders. I think that
you're making sense. I'm not saying you're not making sense, but what I'm trying to say is this: the people don't pick their leaders. Hence, in our case, the reason why I say so is not because I believe INEC tried their best to make things as clean and clear. We are in the process of trying to get things better. First, it goes back to the political party. The political parties have the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, why are political parties always emerging with others apart from the good? I'm not pointing hands to anybody, including the incumbent in power or any incumbent in any position. I'm just using politics like this. A man that wants to make change, there are men that want to make change. But when they enter these parties, sometimes the delegates don't allow them attain or win the flag or become the flag bearers of the party. You know why? They have not shared money. When you hear dollars is being used for primaries. That alone tells you that everybody has been contaminated. People that will go to use dollar for primaries cannot make any change because first they have already been wanting. That is where the problem starts. There are some cases where you even hear that the good men even try to use dollar for primaries.
You know, in that regard, lobbying is a part of politics. And you see these delegates, even if you look at the American, we practice about the same system like the American, they do their delegates. These delegates, they don't give their vote for using a 3 naira. How do they hold their constituency? You think they spend their money? It is the money. When you are coming to woo a delegate, you must come with an envelope. You know, it's not, it doesn't mean you are bribing the person. No. Because that delegate now, how they take vote on delegate? Now people way in the control. How does he control those people? That is why in elections, you see American elections, they spend 5 billion. When you want at 5 billion, how? Because that's the system. And that is what we also practice. That is why these delegates, when spending money on delegates, I'll call it a skill. Lobbying is a skill in politics. Where the people come in, why I still hammer on the people. Look at Akpako Miza. The people voted Akpako Miza. Obaseki imposed Odia. Odia could not win. The people voted Akpako Miza. Edo Central is predominantly PDP. But because of that imposition, the same thing happened to Odianse Okoje. Now APC, the people voted him. That's why I say, when the people decide and think of the collective, not their individual stomach, we can make an impact. Because these politicians, without the people, they are nothing. You cannot just go and write a result in INEC when the people not vote for you. It's not possible. Who you want, who you the rule. It's hard. But when the people are shaky, then the government will continue to they'll be riding on that.
True, I get your point. I get your point to an extent because as again, sentiment can play a major role, like it is. You see a man that's handsome, you see a man that speaks eloquently, you fall in love with him, even if you know he has spent 5 billion to get to get to a position where he wants to be governor. And we are all saying, yes, this is the kind of man we want. That guy he will get a refund. Take it or leave it. A refund, a big war chest is a big heavy chest is ahead of him if he wins it. So, but what as human beings, we always try to keep our fingers crossed, try to stay positive, to say, okay, yes, we know things can be funny, and let's hope this guy is going to be better than what we have ever had, or it's a growing process. But still, political parties, for me, they bring out the candidates that we get. That's the truth.
Moderator, can I say something?
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so like you said earlier on, that these politicians, they listen to the media, which is very correct, because the media is the court of public opinion. That's where you actually can gauge what the public are thinking, and they are kind of a barometer to measure, okay, this is what their views are and all of that. So I think it's shows like this and different ways to sensitize political parties about the need for them to look beyond just what the constitution says in terms of feeding candidates for political positions. So, for example, if you take the case of those states, clearly we've seen the difference it makes when you have someone who is very, very educated against someone that is qualified, but less educated. It's very clear. Even in the media houses, it's now becoming a thing of if the man can come on a particular day, they will be more than happy to grant him interview. So I think it's something that political parties should start looking into. Should start feeding candidates that can actually. No, I'm serious about it. No, it's becoming a mockery, and then it's not too good. So it's something that perhaps one can look into to start looking at what is actually the role.
Are we saying the political parties don't have the political? Okay, see, okay, let me. I want to say something.
I'm losing you. I can't hear you clearly. I don't know if it's me.
Can you hear me?
It's you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you hear him? I don't know if it's me or.
I can hear him. I can hear Junior.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me, Osa? Can you hear me clearly?
No, it's our network.
Okay, I think also your network. Let's put it this way: political parties can have, and we are not. There's no way political parties don't have the best hand. Even if sometimes, like Ighodalo said, you said it before I came. You said everybody should try to indulge in party politics, because you cannot be on the fence, you cannot be on upper reporters and trying to look for a good governor or trying to tell people what you will do when you are not part of any political party.
Thank you.
They say don't speak about it, be about it. We know they say yes. Whether we like it or not, you cannot join progressives and want to be. You cannot join the Republicans in America and want to be decide for PDP in Benin.
In Benin.
Yeah, no. You have to be a part of this party and play along party lines. That is it. Patience is a virtue. You have to be there, register, participate, belong. Then
you cannot affect what you are not part of.
You cannot be. It's not. You don't need to speak about it. Be about it. It is not a cult group. It is a political party where you would always have a say, especially.
I think that's the statement.
When you involve, you go. You go. Is that the truth?
No, that's the statement of the evening. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Don't talk about it.
Be about it.
Is that have you what?
So I think I missed a part of what you were saying. My internet was.
Okay, sorry. I was going to talk about political parties having quality. When I mean quality, their members, they have substance in their members. I mean every political party, because they have people who are educated, people who are eloquent, people who know what they want, people who are up to standard. That is what I say.
Yeah.
So why are these party people not presenting the best of the best? That is one. Then secondly, I said I have indulged, I've told people, try to be a part in politics. Try to play party politics. We can come here and say all the talk we want and say, okay, they listen to us, we can protest from social media, post it here and there. Yes, they hear us, but they'll do half of what we say. But imagine if we as a joint group were talking like this and we are all registered to a certain party. Do you know the force we will bring?
Of course. That is part of it.
Do you know the change that we can enact? Because now a
Absolutely.
lot of us might get compromised. Don't forget. A lot of us, I'm putting myself too. Because when we get there, for sentimental reasons, he could be the person there might be my uncle. And I'll respect my uncle and I'll say, okay, uncle, okay, I'm going to till to the left because of you. Even if my friends and my peer group are saying that you have done this or this. Yes, that means compromise. There's some people might say, okay, just give me uncle, just give me the contract. Let me just, it happens. It's normal. It's politics. But imagine if we put all this energy into it.
I agree. So that is the
It can
reason
be enacted.
why, you see, I think one of the things that this current Edo election has brought to the fore is the fact that you just need someone who can be about what your party is saying, someone who can represent your party. So perhaps we need to go back and really look at what the in let me use the word HR, human resources. You have the qualifications, then you then have the requirement. This is what is required. You must have ability to communicate. And if the man does not have that, then what's the point of even taking him forward? You must have the ability to, no, seriously, you must have the ability to make effective decisions. A man he's a person that his or her decision making is very poor. What would you expect from that person? So perhaps we may decide to start streamlining these positions and say this is what is required, because the requirement for the qualities required to be a governor is not as high as no, the quality required for someone to be member of the state assembly is not as high as that of a governor. So you cannot now bring someone who is qualified to run for the state assembly and make that person to run for the office of the governor. It's a mismatch. So perhaps it's something that we need to start looking into and maybe even discuss it and say, as a governor, the CEO, what are you looking at? You start interacting with other state governors, you start interacting with the federal, you start interacting with international community. So this is the experience and the level that we expect of a candidate running for that position. Then, if you're talking about the state house of assembly, it's local, so you must know your terrain. You must be able to understand the people. Just that the same way you do it in HR. I don't see any difference between what the HR do and what we will need for these people who are running for office. But if we just leave it as blanket, the constitution says primary six or school set, so anybody with school set can go in there. We are getting it wrong.
Is it primary six or school set? It's not the school set.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, it's school set. Yes, what I'm saying is you have the primary six, you have the school set and all of that, but it should be more than that. It should be way more than that. We should not start looking at the attributes, the capacity. Yes, capacity. Exactly.
It's not because I'm not speaking for. It's not about the election. I'm talking about the standards of experience.
And that is one of the reasons perhaps we're even getting Nigeria is not really moving forward, because the people there, they're not meant to be there. We choose the wrong person that has the wrong quality.
Yeah, I said, Nigeria is a country where we don't have leaders. We only have people in leadership positions. And that comes down to the people. Like Juno was saying earlier, when you practice party politics, you can put these things to checks. Because if as enlightened as we are, as vibrant as we are depending on our PVC, then we're missing it. When we practice party politics, then we can influence those party decisions. We go fit influence who be the next delegate. You can influence those things when you are practicing, because how do they get delegates? Inter-party vote. You vote within the party. If you are a registered member, you pay your dues, then you have the right to vote within the party. So if we as young people, if we start registering in these parties, we can take over the party from these old people.
They must, at some point, the old people are not going to be there.
They're not going to be there.
Where are the now rules? They will go. They will transcend.
It's automatic. But our people, because how much are the dues? How much be the dues for party? When you see the amount of due, is money people spend on the street every day. But we always, get your PVC, get your PVC. No, your PVC is for the masses. For us that are thinking of change, we have to encourage our people, ourselves to practice politics. We should not depend. The masses can depend on PVC, not we to the say enlightened ones. Because if you look at our country, if you look at the literacy rate of Nigeria, I don't think it's up to 50%. I don't know statistically, but if you look at it, it's not much. It's not much. The literacy percentage in Nigeria is not much.
No, but when they use literacy percentage, is it based on primary 6 certificates?
It's based on school. I don't know how to explain that.
But when you say literacy, when you have to use literacy, we still have to break it down, because now, if a governor is just needing a primary 6 certificate, they believe he's illiterate, because that is the literacy level. And
I will put it down.
The primary 6 be a benchmark? I don't think that should be proper.
I think is how one is being informed. Exposure to information. Necessary. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be educated to be informed, though. But
when you say literacy basically has to do with literate. I think that has to do with education.
It's education.
Literate. Awareness is different from
awareness is different. And even the awareness, if you say awareness, we are how aware are we as a nation?
Aware. That is it. The basic. That's why we say, even in a program like this, education, we educate ourselves. I always use the word educate, which is a broad word for general knowledge.
Yeah.
You learn. It doesn't have to be 4 walls of a school, but when you learn, that's education. You put something, you get something new, assimilate.
But to be literate is different.
So
when you see a space like Nigeria, if you do statistics and find out how many Nigerians have bank accounts, you will be shocked. You will be shocked that we are over 250 million people, but not up to 100 million people have a bank account.
Because it depends on what you put in the account. It's not because they don't want accounts. It depends on what you put in the account. Can you use a mobile phone? How many people
in Nigeria, people still tell people where I go put. They should put their hand. No, put for here, you put on.
It is because I think that on that scale is because people look up to people. That is why in the trending, you can see a PhD holder looking up to a pastor with a primary 6 certificate. That is the kind of things we in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need rural development in all sphere in Nigeria. Rural development.
So when it comes to that, some people just because of admiration, or is it because of I don't know. Well, what we want, you see a person, he becomes your leader. You don't know where he's from, you don't know his background, but because you like the way he talks, or the way he looks, or the things they have said about him, now you fall in love with him and he becomes your leader, not knowing why he's your leader, or he says the things you like, or you begin to like the things he says, even if they don't make sense. It's a form of unknown illusion. That's why people think they'll say it's juju, rather than juju they use for you. Things like that. Because, sorry, before we go further, somebody asked a question. Say, why is Ogie resigning? According to Jose Fly Jr., I don't know if I don't, let me see.
It's the law, though.
Let me answer him before I go further. The SSG is resigning because according to a certain law, he's supposed to relinquish his elective, not elective, his appointed position while he's running for political position. According to it was said here earlier on. Yes, thank you very much. Why is Ogie resigning? So he has 30 days before election to resign. That is the way it is for appointed positions in Nigerian our constitution. So as an SSG, he cannot be SSG till election. He has to resign at some point so that he can have the time to go and prepare for his election campaign, blah, 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 yada. So I hope that explains it, Mr. Jose Sly Jr.
We have a new SSG already.
Yes, sorry to say, I think I put that somewhere when I got the news yesterday. I put it somewhere. I'll bring it out. I'll let you guys know the new SSG before we
I know it's Joseph Obegbe.
Okay. And someone says to be literate simply means the ability to read and write. Reading and writing, yes.
Yeah,
it's just basic. Is the basic. Okay, someone has sent the section 66(1) of the 1999 Constitution. Mr. Osat, Mr. Edia, I think we should just copy the excerpts from the Constitution and put it so that we can read it no matter how long. If you can do that for us, please.
Yeah, we have it here.
Instead of giving somebody a quote, so it doesn't go and open Shagari's Constitution. I know that's 99 Constitution, so it doesn't get.
It's here already. You know, it's on the chart.
Yeah, he just put the lines. So I was thinking maybe probably getting the words so that we can read it.
The words are already on the chart.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Osa put them earlier.
Okay.
Is the person employed in public office of the federation or any state? Osa put it already.
Okay, back to our topics. We have other topics today. Yes, the tension rise as the APC, PDP, and Labour prepare showdown. Elections are in less than almost 40 days. Yes, these parties are ready. There are campaigns everywhere. There are campaigns everywhere. There are interactions everywhere. I think today in Atlanta, they're supposed to, Ighodalo is supposed to appear here. I don't see any reason why they come abroad to do all the.
Me too. I don't understand.
Or they just come here to.
I don't understand.
What do we use as children to read the people? Or they just want to travel and come and take a bit of fresh air. If they tell us they want to come and take a bit of fresh air, I understand.
I understand that. But you cannot say you're coming to campaign.
No, we don't want to. Don't come and complain to us here. No, I received several. Yes, in as much as I'm not condemning it. Yes, it's a good one for someone to come this far. Why they should go to Libya? Go to Libya and compare to Nigerians. Why coming to the elite cities? Why coming to the big country? Go to South Africa. There are Nigerians there. Go to Ghana. Go and compare to Nigerians in Ghana.
Yeah, but you want to govern Edo people.
Yes, but if why coming to America to cover?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People. There are not go to Afghanistan. There are Nigerians in Turkey. Go to Turkey and campaign. Why do you always go to UK here and Canada? Why? I don't see any need for that. There are people that still want to be heard, or the people that want to ask questions in Benin, in Ewohim, in Afuze,
in
Okada, in Igwebe.
Actually, the three major political parties, they hardly campaign. They did nothing. I use PG in my signature. I agree with the house. I bet everybody like and share for YouTube, subscribe. I know they do well. More than subscribe, now share to my people. For Facebook, thumbs up, and follow us, share, and like. For Twitter, follow us, like, and share. Share to your people. Share to your friends. Maybe they can join us, you know. Now we get some busy time. Now make us get some small hiccup. But before next election, we don't get ourselves together, you know. So we'll do push to the game. But again, thank you, everybody. APC, PDP, and Labour, they'll be disappointment. To me, this election is the most boring election. I don't know their plan, but for sure, for me, if I advise anybody, I go advise someone and find the fourth political party to vote for. These people, they have una card and vote, they don't water. Truly, they run to the places that you cannot be, and they won't govern you where they will roam you. You were there inside T Junction, Central Market. Meanwhile, they go Atlanta. Who does that get PVC?
Thank you.
Yes, I did abroad. I get PVC.
You vote from there.
You vote.
So I can't. When election, I might as well go there.
You know, but it's ridiculous now. It's hard time we call it spade.
Yes, but don't say the people don't get PVC. They can get PVC.
Okay. Let me rephrase from that. But my people, my country people, Akwakomiza, Ighodalo, Akpata, none of them ready for us. They're ready for their own pocket. Because you know what govern people. Yet we never see on ground. How do they do that jamboree? We never see the whole serious campaign town hall meeting according to the 196 192 special district, engaging the leaders, telling people what you would do, promising them, show them your blueprint. How do they do that? They take flight, who is supposed to take that flight? I don't understand this country existed anymore. We just allow different things to slide. As they say, cruise. Actually, they say the government is the true reflection of the people they govern. Now, we be the real Zunde. We're never ready for this country at all. We'll vote tomorrow. We'll vote either Aswen or Akokomiza or we'll start to complain again. You're not ready. But make I leave the floor for the next person. It's not only about me. Media abroad. We not go vote now. And I did go vote. I leave the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mori. Thank you for coming. You have your hands up. Please proceed with the information you have for us.
Yeah, thank you very much. I greet all the panelists. The host, my greetings to everybody on the panel and our esteemed viewers across the globe. I just want to chip in something about Nigeria problem. Almost everybody knows about Nigeria problem. It's high time we begin to talk of how to solve it. If you look at the structure of Nigeria, there is a systemic problem in Nigeria. No matter who comes there today, the way the country is structured in a way that is doomed to fail. Somebody was talking about leadership. Well, each time we talk about leadership, we tend to restrain it to political leadership alone. I want to say today, there is a conspiracy. There is leadership conspiracy against the Nigerian people in all spheres, whether the political leadership, traditional leadership, or religious leadership. If there is any revelation you could get from the last protest, discover that both the religious leaders, both the traditional rulers, both the political rulers, they are in conspiracy, they are in cahoots against the Nigerian people. Anybody, we might want to have our settlement because of our tribe, because of our tribes, because of our, our upbringing. We don't speak against, in the church they will tell us, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm.
That's the slogan.
The traditional setting, they want to tell us, see, we have been brainwashed for too long. If you look at it, what's the political leadership? It's even the traditional and religious leadership. Martin Luther King wasn't a politician in America. He was a religious leader. But when there was need to stand up for what was right for the people, he didn't step back to say, I'm not in the government, I'm not in the opposition. That's number one. I don't want to say something. In my area recently, from my area to Bayelsa, if you look at the kidnapping all over the country, one way or the other, they are traced to either the political leaders or the traditional rulers.
Oh, God
In my
bless
area,
you.
for example, about 2 months ago, the traditional rulers was, some boys were fronting for a traditional ruler, and they were all kidnappers. As soon as fingers was, pointed against the traditional ruler, we start burning our mouth. We start looking for a way to say, why will you say that? Even when we know the thing is true. So we have a very long way to go. When we're in school, who want to go for protest, there were people, I can mention their names categorically. It's still very fresh in my memory. They will tell us we're just wasting our time. I never believed one day that we're wasting our time, because I could see some results. Abibi didn't want to go, but later he stepped aside. Abacha didn't want to go with pressure and everything. Only God knows how he went. I've seen results from, people coming together in unity to, against their common oppressors. But there are things we overlook sometimes, either because of sentiment, religious tradition. See, there's a grand conspiracy against the Nigerian people. If we continue the way we are going, we go nowhere. We go nowhere. We are all guilty of what is happening in Nigeria. So sometimes we center our attention on political leadership. No, if you still watch what Muhammad Mohammed did in the 1976 local government reform, if I tell you the factors that led to that, he took a great risk. That was even why the man did not stay for more than 6 months. But he did some drastic things. There were mistakes here and there, but he took from both steps that reduced. There are certain things we don't want to say so that people will not say we don't have respect for religion. I mean, for tradition, for religion. So, when the power of the traditional rulers were reduced even to the local government level, more power was not concentrated at the center. The politicians now took advantage of that. So even do what the traditional rulers are doing, even to tomorrow, the conspiracy is still on. The money Tinubu used in inviting traditional rulers to settle them, to tell them to go talk to their people, will have been enough to solve some of the problem. The money given to Agbero's police and everybody, you could see the way they were doling out the money as if the money was no longer, Naira was no longer scarce. Sometimes they don't even share this money in Naira. They prepare dollars. They prepare dollars in advance for this purpose. And that was what happened during Abiyala when we were struggling for the validation of Due-12. All the traditional rulers, even those from the Southwest, from Ogun State, they went to Aso Rock. They went to Aso Rock, into Aso Rock, thinking the people's mandate must be validated. But they came back singing a different tune because they were heavily dollarized. And Mustafa is there to tell you what happened, how much they withdrew, how much was in the office. Even after settling the traditional rulers, how much was left there. Till tomorrow, Mustafa would I challenged Mustafa one day on Dr. Damage's show. How much they withdrew, how much was in the office after settling these traditional rulers, how much was left there. He still said tomorrow they should ask Abu Salami what happened to the money they left in the office. Raw cash, my brother. So sometimes we look at the problem from one angle. There is both tradition, religious, and political problem to the hydra-headed and multifarious monster called Nigeria. And we have a long way to go. The way we are going, my brother, it will take the grace of God, to resolve this. Now, somebody was talking about literacy or non-literacy. If I were writing an exam back in the days, problem of developing the developed countries, I would write illiteracy then. But now, I'll be convinced beyond reasonable doubt it's not just about literacy or non-literacy. Those that ring elections for politicians, they are not, they are professors from, reputable, quote unquote, universities in Nigeria. Those are ring elections, if not for the woman that stood in Abia to say, no, if I die, I die. Your money perish with you. Oh, so she wouldn't have been mentioned in Abia. They were ready to buy her over. They were ready to threaten her with everything. So those in that category, you can't blame that on illiteracy. Those are, for sentiment, for political inclination, support evil candidate, any bad candidate, even when they know the candidate has only to offer. You can't blame, most of them are graduates, most of them are lecturers, most of them are professors. You can't blame that squarely on the illiteracy. So that with me, if I have exam to write today, I will not even write that one as a point, in the Nigerian setting. My brother, so when somebody was talking about literacy, literacy is simply ability to read and write. And to move a nation forward is more than that. It's more than that. And no nation can grow beyond the mental capacity of its people. So the more we blame leaders, we center, even when we blame leadership, our focus is normally at the center, Abuja, presidency. What about the evil committed by governors at the various state level? What about the chairman and the councillors? If you see what those people are doing at even the grassroots level, you will be shocked. People were celebrating recently for giving them, autonomy, financial autonomy, so to speak. My brother, just watch and see within 3 years and see the mess that we made of that situation. They are what even the council. You know the arrogance of state local government chairman and councillors. I'm not in any way supporting the governor to be taking what belongs to local government. Please, that one should be very, very clear. I support the money to go straight to them. There should be proper mechanism to hold them accountable, because it will be an effort in futility if the money is given to the local government chairman, because the local government chairman are not singing in the choir. They are no more. They are not holier than the state governors that are embezzling the money. So we are back to square one. If people talk about security vote, you give some money to somebody to go use without any process of no feedback mechanism, no process of accountability. You turn around to say, what is he doing with the money? See, even we talking today, if we're in that position, my brother, it's like a gift to them. So the asset of which they can utilize it depends on the conscience they have, or the
integrity, their integrity.
They want to, even that integrity, my brother. When I see money, my brother, I can leave there. I don't take too much time. God bless you, everybody.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Nice one.
Thank you for giving me the chance to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Mori. I appreciate it. I had to let you flow.
Nice one. It was nice. It was nice.
I had to plug in the socket. Yes, thank you very much. Because sometimes I don't like to talk about when I talk about leadership. I talk about leadership in every aspect. But people get emotional when they talk towards either traditional or religion. The blame is only on the Tinubu. It's not even some people's uncles and aunties are senators and commissioners, and some people have friends as local government chairman and House of Rep people, but they don't point their fingers. When it goes bad, it's either two people that are mostly mentioned, especially when you're from Edo. You call Baseki or you call Tinubu. You don't even call anybody else. Some people have been supporting the former deputy or the current deputy governor when they feel the governor is evil. So people get sentimental when it comes to political talks. People get sentimental when it comes to the truth. A lot of people get very sentimental when it comes to the truth. When you talk about a nation, everybody's complaining, but the churches are not complaining. I don't know. We hardly see mosque being televised, or the traditional, or the how do they call them? The atheists, or the leaders of the atheists, or the leaders of the local, how would I call it? Is it Juju servers? We don't see them complain. They don't lead. I like the example you used with the Martin Luther King. Although Martin Luther King he sacrificed himself, but for a great cause, at least. So our people still they don't know what they need education. That's why we say I had to go again to define literacy. Yes, it's defined as the ability to read and write, speak, and listen in a way that let us communicate effectively. That is the basic line. Communicate effectively and make sense of the world. Because some people think they know, but they are being controlled by a person that does not know. They are being taught. You go to church on Sunday, the person that is still giving you knowledge. I'm not going to use the church. I'm not degrading anybody. You go to a function, or you come to Upper Reporters, and the person that you are talking to you is not giving you effective communication. and you believe so much in me. If I say jump, you jump. If I say run, you run. But I am not giving you growth in effective communication. That means that's illiteracy. That's where we are. Where we are today. We think we are going forward. We are just moving, but we are not going forward. It's like going on the treadmill. You run 1,000 miles, but you are still in one spot. That is what's affecting us. We have a lot of. The funniest part, I said it last week in the show. The funniest part is a lot of Nigerians know the problem and how to solve it. But these problems are never solved. Instead, the problems create other problems that makes the initial problem a complex problem to be solved. When we gather like this, yes, we come, we hear, Mr. Warrior has given us a proper explanation. Mr. Dancy has given us, Mr. House has given us, even the upper reporters has given us. But are we saying we are the only people that know it? No, a lot of people have come to the studio several times to give us. Are we the only ones? No, there are several people that still know it. But how come? How come when you get into that chamber or when you get into that seat or when you start using a Prado, it becomes, when you start getting your car's window tinted, is it everything, a man that knows it all begins to forget it? Or is it that he doesn't want to implement it or he doesn't remember it? Those are the key factors. Those are the problems. Well, moving further, Edo government accuses APC of plotting. Well, that is political talk ahead of governorship election. Ighodalo has not been disqualified, says Edo Assembly majority leader. I tried to refute Oshomole's statement because the statement Oshomole made in his interview some time ago was yes, I like Oshomole is he's not my uncle, but I like to call him my uncle because I like him and I like he's interesting when you listen to him. When he's on the serious mood, yes, he gets extremely serious and he hits the nail on the head. I like to always listen to him. Then again, from the news we are hearing on there's some development on food matters. The price of tomato dropped 7 months low on harvest and rainfall. There's this it's on the news that not food stuff, tomato as it is it was scarce at some point. It became very serious that Nigerians were improvising the way they cook using other foodstuff as for tomatoes. And this was heavy, and you could hear that how is it Bob, how tomato measured, that a basket of tomato was almost 10,000 some outrageous monies, and it created or it caused a lot of increase in food. Yes, food became expensive, but they said I don't know if the government is who we are going to, but they said now it has dropped. And this is in a long time. This is the first time that I'm hearing that prices of any commodity in Nigeria has dropped. Things in Nigeria that go up, they hardly come down. I'm telling you, my brother, because they use the dollar factor.
Mm-hmm.
They use the dollar factor for. I mean, that, and they said the price has drastically dropped. So, are we going to commend it on the president or no? Because you know our people, when a good thing happens, we just talk about it and act like yes, this is how. When it's negative, everybody would let the roof open. Yes. So sometimes for me, some people say I'm biased because I could say, for instance, Ogie has resigned. I would say we have to commend him for that, for doing it. Although it is a necessity, but still, based on the moral grounds, I think he could, maybe some people could have waited till the 31st or the 31st day to do it. So what I say, when things work like this, we still have to give kudos to those that have made it happen. Yes, we have to give kudos, and we hope other things fall down. The bag of rice during the protest, we had information that a bag of rice had reduced to 40,000 naira. I don't know how authentic that information is, but we still heard that after a while, these bags were bought by Nigerian civil servants. They were rebagged and being sold for 80,000. We still got that information. That well, we don't know. We didn't.
Yeah.
What did you hear that Odelo said?
No, I said Nigerians. It's not beyond us. It's not beyond us.
Yeah, they said there was a complaint. I think they said federal government has made a subsidy or something, and the bag of rice was going for 40,000 naira. People said that with information gathered, these bags were bought by, I think it was for these for civil servants, because the government made provision for it for them. These people started rebagging to sell.
Yes, I hear about that, but again, just to tell you, say, man, the food price never really drop. Or the food price don't drop. Nobody will buy one. Wait, see where they sell rice for 40,000. Won't go buy 2,000 naira on.
Yes. I think yes, exactly. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say about that is this: before you make it go public, you have to sell. It's like government incentive. A government worker now, you have to. There are some things. Maybe you want to sell petrol, or you want to. Everybody gets the in-house benefits first for being a civil servant. So because you work with Ministry of Works, you are opportune to get a cheaper plot of land. You buy it 200,000 with government pegs. Then you go and sell it to 2 million because you are opportune to get it cheap. That's what we do now. That's what we do. But well, it's Nigeria.
Yeah, according to OSA, which I want to agree with, you say price of tomatoes drop because of harvest. Because true. But
harvest and rainfall. That's it. They said harvest and rainfall. Yeah, it was over a period of time. Yes.
And probably the insecurity, maybe that Kaduna Kano Express Road.
No, again, it can be harvest and rainfall. But to be honest, nothing falls down in Nigeria without harvest or rainfall. Nothing. These tomatoes can be kept, they can be preserved, and they will not go down the price way. I heard from 150,000 to 50,000.
Yeah, Obizo. So, Obizo, let me just quickly chip this in. So, if you've been following the prices over the past, say 5 years, it's always like this. During harvest, it comes out, because everybody's harvesting tomato, and then it's surplus. But when it starts getting out of season, it becomes more expensive again because only few people. And if you notice, tomatoes, it's like a staple food. Everybody uses it. We use it on almost everything we cook in Nigeria. So, and it comes. I think the issue for me would be, why can't we grow tomatoes out of season? The world is so advanced that we can actually find a way to grow this crop out of
Or my point is, now that we have in abundance, why can't the storage? Why can't we have? Because
comes so.
what about storage? Storage for long term. Why can't we work on storage for long term?
We not get storage. We not get silo.
So you can't even store.
Okay, go ahead.
Goes in its form.
Could you say that?
So what I'm saying is, you can't store mango in its form. You can only convert it to juice. You cannot store certain crops like mango, tomato in their raw form. When I mean raw form, in that seed or in that mango, whatever, you have to process it. Yes, when you process it to juice or to paste, then you cannot store it. So the issue for me is, why can't we grow these items out of season? We can grow these things throughout the season. Technology is there that you can have greenhouses. You can. This is where I think our government need to do a bit more. You can have greenhouses where
that's the area our government is getting wrong. It's called all-season farming. These are what the local government was introduced to the farmers, so that we will get surplus food, or we'll get food throughout the seasons. Most of the things they had to get off the season, you will concentrate on that a lot, that you will get out. But the government is not doing it.
Okay. So what about like Obasanjo farms? I heard there are big farms. There's this farm, there's that farm, there's those farms. Are you saying these farmers don't know this deal? They still need the government.
Those ones they do them. They do them, and that's why they are rich. And
why don't they expand? Why don't they?
That can't feed 2 million, the entire nation.
200 million.
Because
thank you.
Taking it back to a man that spoke here from Ekiti some time ago. What's his name? I forgot his name. Mr. Ogbeni. Oh yes, he spoke beautifully on that day, and I also applauded him. He made a remark that those big farmers, or the big industrial farmers, should be held accountable, because sometimes I want to believe that the hoarding can be a part of their business strategy, right? The hoarding can be a part of their business. These are people, they didn't start farming today. They've been in the farming game for over decades. Are you telling me those people still fall short of the process that they have known, or they take the people for granted? Because when it comes to a certain time where there is a bit of scarcity, their product now become a necessity and it gets more expensive. So they make more money by sabotaging the system. Or what? Don't you guys understand what I'm trying to say? It's like having petrol, and when there's not enough inflow, those who have in their
exactly, you're correct. That is when the demand. So it therefore means the demand is more than the supply. So when there is fewer goods and a lot of people wanting that good, it's naturally price will go up for those who can afford it.
So are we going to blame the government for that?
No. So the problem, the aspect that I would say government needs to look into is, why can't we make that food item available all throughout the year, so there will not be off season and
okay, how does the government? Okay, let me just pick a brain. How does the government do this? If you're the government now and you want to educate us on it, how do we go about it? Mr. Osman, tell us briefly.
I'll tell you from the little that I know. I'm not into farming. I don't know anything about farming. You have what they call greenhouses, where you can grow certain crops, not in a bit of artificial environment. If you remember the corn, the mangoes, we always have seasons for them. And once that season passes, then you don't no longer have those items again. But you can create an artificial environment that can aid the growth of that food item.
Does tomato have a season? I don't think so.
Yes, it does. It does. So right now, people just harvested. That's why there's surplus in the market, and then the prices will drop naturally. But when it starts going out of season, you now have fewer people harvesting tomato, then it becomes scarce again and expensive. It's always like this every season, right from when I was young. If you notice, at this period when you were growing up, you see your mom bringing tomatoes more to the house, and after particular season, it starts getting scarce. It's been like that for as far back as I can remember.
Okay, so it has been
I
becoming
think
now.
it's a simple economic principle. Yeah, the only thing that can lead to artificial scarcity is where the
High demand and
I think the thing is echoing. If there's no adequate supply, there's scarcity of any product, there's demand for the price to go up. And
yeah.
again, another thing on the side of the government, when we have abundant resources, for lack of factories to preserve this product against scarcity season. So it's like we eat immediately when they are out of the farm, and when we are off season, there's every natural that such product will be scarce. Whether palm oil, whether corn, whether yam, whatever, cassava, everything, they all have their season. They all have their season. So during season, there's kind of surplus. That's what is bringing the price a bit down. And again, there's something the federal government did because of the protest to create the impression that prices are coming down. They try to subsidize or try to make the prices of like rice available to create the impression that those way they were subsidizing dollar under Buhari. So they try to pay the difference to make it look as if they are working, and that one is not sustainable. As for Ogie's resignation, it's a constitutional matter. There is, I think you have to resign 2 or 3 months before election. You cannot be in the office while running for an election. I think the only way they do that now is the Senate. I don't know, because they make more favor them in more ramifications. They make money to share for themselves. So the Senate is kind of above the law. So even when people are calling for constitutional amendment, who are the people that are coming to amend the constitution? They are still Nigerian politicians. In that constitutional assembly, there will be politicians. I mean, representatives of politicians. There will be representatives of traditional rulers. There will be representatives of the religious leaders. They are not going there to talk of our interest, the interest of the common man. They are still going there to talk of something that will sustain them at the detriment of the masses. This is my humble solution. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Mori. Mr. Mori, I think this device that you use now is not so, it was breaking, but I still have to concentrate because I enjoy when you give your submission. Yes, it is the same old. Now, the way our country is going, we all have conspiracy thoughts about happenings. If it rains, we'll be like, are you not sure this rain is because the elite they want it to rain so that we cannot protest? Or are you wanting that? Don't you think the sun just came out because they want everywhere to be dry so that they can walk on the road? Or they have put us on the edge. We do not believe anything that happens or what they give to us anymore. But I always say, do not take from your leaders what they cannot give to their children. If a leader cannot give the child a wheelbarrow as an empowerment, let no Nigerian on earth take that wheelbarrow from the politician. If the politician feels that's from empowerment, he should ride the wheelbarrow himself. That is how it is. You want to teach someone how to fish, you don't take the person to a gutter, you take the person to a river. While you cannot take the person to the gutter to fish, to teach the person how to fish when you go to the river to fish. If you want to teach on the same platform. If you want to give what you can give, and always give what you want to be giving. Now our leaders are suspects, from tomatoes to rice. The last time we had a full house rancor because of rice. When the nation hears rice, it seems like heaven has opened its gates. I don't understand why. Is it what they have done to us or what we think we have done to ourselves? These men are like us. They're not special. They're just men that have been, they're opportunists. But even while we complain like this and while we talk, some of us will get into those places and act worse or same. That is just the basic truth. Because we think it's always different when you're on the other side of the river. We complain, we say things, yes, we condemn, but when it is our turn or when it's our time, we bring worse results. Well, I'll talk about the price. It's a good one, whether the season or the harvest. Yes, thank you for your submissions on that. And there's a trending story that's gone around. I'm not supposed to speak about such a thing, but it's something happened in one of our airports of recent. The only reason I'm speaking about it, I don't know so much, but I read a bit of it, is because of I'm saying this because I am a Nigerian, but even if I live home and abroad, because I live home and abroad, I still want to speak on patriotism and I want to speak on the actions we take. This is not a political matter, it's just more like a civil matter. A lady tore her husband's passport at the airport. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's not my business what happened to the husband and the wife. But sometimes what we do, our actions determines a lot. Why do we degrade? Why do we always put our country on the floor because we have certain alternatives? Disrespecting or destroying the Nigerian currency, the Nigerian passport, the Nigerian flag. Yeah, we go as far as talking about our leaders because we are leaders and some people look up to us. So we don't disrespect them, we don't insult them, we only talk about happenings. But going as far as destroying a Nigerian passport, to me, is a crime, and such a person should be dealt with because it is degrading, it is very disrespectful, and it is not proper. Maybe she was doing it for the Instagram likes or the social media fame, or which I believe she has got, but there should be no amount of anger that should make anyone disrespect the Nigerian passport, which at some point, whether we are American citizens, whether we are Japanese citizens, whether we are Canadian citizens or whatever citizens, at some point, that was what we had and relied on. Now, because you have multiple nationalities, you have the guts. Nobody will throw this. If she was Ghanaian or her husband was Ghanaian, we should destroy her husband's passport.
Sorry, host. I've been seeing the flash up. What really happened?
Like I said, it is a personal business. I think they came into Nigeria. They came into Nigeria from Europe, and when they got to the airport, she said she got angry at the airport and she destroyed her husband's Nigerian international passport. It wasn't her own that she destroyed anyways. It was her husband's own. But this is not the first time we are hearing people destroy passport on social media. We know during election, even after the Tinubu election, people went online, started burning passports. I don't know if they did it for the fame. Those people, all of them should be put in, they should be arrested and taken by the books. Because we are the only country that can do that. We only do that. I don't know if it's for the fame or the likes or some mental illness. No other country does so. No other country. We are the only ones that think we can destroy the past, we can destroy it. We don't know how strong, whether we like it or not. Even if they say, yes, our passport is not respected worldwide, who says our passport is not respected worldwide? They know our passport when they see it. And they give us that look when they see a Nigerian passport, take it or leave it. The only thing they do is they just know this is a different breed holds a Nigerian passport. And that is the truth. Sometimes with envy, they try to bully us, but they respect us because they know when they see a Nigerian passport, when they see a Nigerian, there's so much quality in that person. I'm not saying it here out of any reason. I'm saying it because it's a fact. When they see the Nigerian passport abroad, they look at it, they look at you. There's something the person sees. Quality. So because you get it, you can maybe when I'm going for 63,000 naira or 23, and you gave the woman 20,000, she's there for you. You can just easily tear it in. No. Well,
Moderator,
yes.
I think that has nothing to do with the quality of our passport. I think it's just the character of the woman. If you listen carefully, there was somebody on the background that was saying the fight has been on even while they were on board the plane. So the man is dealing with the man is in a very abusive relationship. So if the woman could do that outside in the public, you could just imagine what that man is going through in that matrimony. So whether quality of the passport or not, it has to do with the character, the efficiency of that woman. No matter the grievances, at least they came from wherever they are coming from together. They're going somewhere together. They have a destination. There's a way you manage such a situation. When you get home, at least let your husband know that you are not happy. Lay down your grievances. If the man is over enough, you will apologize. Not tearing his passport or share. I mean, that will also be detriment. Custom, even the immigration where they're looking at her, she ought to be arrested for that particular.
Exactly my point. Because it's only us. That's why I said it. Initially, I said whatever transpired between the man and the woman is domestic. That's their civil. It doesn't. I'm not even putting that. I'm putting her actions towards the passport. I'm asking if she and the husband were having American passports, will she destroy the man's passport? Good. So let me.
But she doesn't know that. She doesn't know that she doesn't own that passport. It belongs to the Nigerian government. It's the property of the Nigerian government, not for her.
It is when Nigerians act.
She was doing it to look at the man.
It is when Nigerians act. Now the way they tear passport, by the way they carry passport up and down, they do it like this. This is not the first time someone is destroying such a thing on social. After the election, a lot of people did it. Some people told their own, they'll be talking, they'll tear it. Some people made. If examples are being made, that woman, they should not let the woman go. They should use concrete example for her. And if she owns or she has a foreign identity, they should tell the people too that this is what she's capable of. Then she should sit up. Probably she should know what she has done. That is, I'm just saying it. I don't want to know about the woman's character or what the man is. The man that, for them, they are lovebirds. They probably have children. They have children together. They know how they say we know they talk for husband and wife matter. But bringing the Nigerian passport when no concern their marriage, she doing it in public. People might have done it in their homes without doing it in a public place, but she did it at the airport. That's why it's on the news. I saw it on one of the dailies. I didn't read deep because I didn't want to delve. But such a thing, example should be made so it doesn't continue. Nigerian passport is a great passport, I beg. Anyways, we have come to the end of the show. Sorry, it was short. It was brief. We didn't come early, but we did our best and we were able to educate ourselves like normal. I thank everybody that came to the studio and people that listened that came joined from home. I always do this before I leave. I give my African proverb. Today's African proverb says, no medicine exists that can cure hatred. There's no medicine in the world that can cure hatred. Hatred is a powerful emotion that cannot be easily overcome. The only thing you should ask yourself, if there's a bit of hatred, yes, hatred can come from anything. Yes, it can fall out of love, from pain, from anger, from sorrow, from tears, from blood. Yes, we know hate. But the word hate, why do we hate? What is the reason for you expending so much energy hating something? There's no need. So it's a very powerful emotion that we should not keep. And no matter what it is, there's no cure that comes. There's no medicine that you say, okay, take and stop hating this person. No, it's from within. So, like I say, no medicine exists that can cure hatred. Hatred should not be a part of us. We should not always judge things or let our emotions control us towards hatred. Anyways, we have done our part for today. We thank you all for coming again. Thank you for being on the studio. Mr. Mori, Mr. Osa, Mr. Joe, Mr. Odianose. For those that could not make it, yes, we know they are watching from behind. For those that will go after to watch the show, yes, we look out forward to your comments and your likes and your shares and others. Thank you again for being in the studio with us. Thank you for everything. We hope to see you on Friday. Don't miss it. It's